Hello Bama fans! Jalen Milroe, on who Alabama fans should expect big things from, the whole team as a whole. Enjoy and subscribe to this channel to receive more news. Few voices carry as much weight and hope as that of Jalen Milroe, the starting quarterback for the Alabama Crimson Tide. He demonstrated not only his undeniable talent as an athlete, but also his leadership ability and collective vision for the season ahead. The other day, when asked by a reporter about which players on the team deserved the most recognition, Milroe responded with the wisdom of a veteran, highlighting the strength of the group as a whole. This is a team that could have gone wherever it wanted, but remained firm. They remained committed to our team. So I would say it's time to give flowers to everyone who is part of our 2024 football team because it was difficult. His response reflects not only a call for unity, but also a deep understanding of the adversity the team faced in the offseason. Alabama faced a number of significant challenges. The retirement of legendary coach Nick Saban marked an era of uncertainty and transition. The team lost 34 players to the transfer portal and another 10 to the NFL, indicative of a rebuilding and reevaluation phase. Yet under the shadow of this major change, Milroe and his teammates have remained resilient, banking on the potential for a renaissance under the new leadership of Kaden Proctor. Milroe, who has already accumulated 2,718 passing yards, 23 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, in addition to an impressive 468 rushing yards and 12 rushing touchdowns, emerges not only as a star on the field, but as a catalyst of motivation and hope for the team. His performances stand out not only for the numbers, but for the leadership spirit he instills on the field and off it. Kaden Proctor, who took over at a critical time, also expressed confidence in Milroe's progress, noting his steady progress and exemplary leadership. He had a great spring, progressively improving. He's had a great summer so far. His leadership, his character traits, all of those things, you'll never question that just because that's who he is. With Milroe's leadership, Alabama is ready to weather the storms, moving not only with skill and strategy, but with unwavering unity and a determination to make its mark on sports history. Will Alabama's wide receivers fall flat despite improved offense in 2024? College sports, especially in the SEC Conference, is an arena where talent emerges and greats make history. Just like the Alabama Crimson Tide, a team that was once the gold standard for wide receivers during the Nick Saban era that boasted stars like Jerry Jeudy, Devonta Smith, and Jalen Waddle. However, despite this rich lineage, recent years have seen a decrease in the usual brilliance associated with Tide wide receivers. But as the 2024 season approaches, the question arises, is this truly the twilight of Alabama's wide receivers, or are we on the cusp of a renaissance? In recent years, the roster of familiar names like Jameson Williams and John Mechie III has kept the Tide in the spotlight, but still, the feeling is that it lacked that stellar brilliance, that ability to haunt opposing defenses with every snap. College Sports Wire's Matt Melton's recent analysis reinforces this sentiment, pointing out that despite the undisputed talent, Alabama's current wide receiver squad hasn't attracted attention like it once did. The absence of any current Tide wide receivers from the conference's top 5 list, with the exception of honorable mention Jeremy Bernard, new to the team from Washington, underscores this perception. However, it is essential to look beyond the rankings and analytics to understand the potential of not just Bernard, but the entire group of wide receivers Alabama has to offer this season. With Jalen Milroe returning under center after an impressive 2023 campaign that nearly culminated in a Heisman Trophy, the stage is set for these wide receivers to thrive. Milroe, whose ability to improve with each game has been clearly seen, brings a new dynamic to the Tide's aerial game. His evolution as a quarterback bodes positively for the wide receivers, offering them the opportunity to excel. In addition to Bernard, the Tide has the return of Kendrick Law and Kobe Prentice, as well as introducing talented freshman Ryan Williams. This diverse and talented group is under the guidance of a new coaching regime led by Kaden Proctor, who brings his own philosophy and strategies. Proctor has already demonstrated his ability to shape effective offenses and develop players at other programs, and there's no reason to believe he can't do the same in Tuscaloosa. Therefore, when looking ahead to the 2024 season, it would be premature to discount Alabama's wide receivers. With a renewed core of talent, strong leadership on the field and off, and a system that promises to harness the abilities of its athletes, the Tide is more than capable of surprising many who doubt its potential. Let's move on, guys. Sports team dynamics are often as intriguing as the game itself, a phenomenon particularly visible in the Alabama Crimson Tide, where Kaden Proctor's recent return to the program after a brief hiatus perfectly illustrates this aspect. Proctor, a talented left tackle who initially transferred to Iowa after his promising freshman season, returned to Tuscaloosa, bringing with him not only his exceptional skills, but also a wave of optimism and reinforcement for the team's offensive line. Tyler Booker, during an interview on Andy Staples on 3, shared his excitement and the surprise that permeated the locker room at the rumors of Proctor's return. Booker's connection with Proctor is not only professional but deeply personal, evidenced by his words, "You just heard the rumors." His best friend on the team and one of my closest friends too, Wilkin Formby, stuck with him the whole time. Wilkin told me. He said, "Bro, I think he's really going to come back." I'm like, really? This Proctor story encapsulates not only an athlete's journey between teams and career decisions, but also reflects the cohesive nature of a team where personal relationships can influence decisions and create an environment of support and camaraderie. Proctor's return to Alabama wasn't just a technical or strategic decision, but a reunion with teammates who consider him family, as Booker expressed, like, "I was excited because this is a brother of mine. I feel like I raised him a little bit." In addition to the emotional impact, Proctor's return has significant implications for the team's performance. His experience and skill as a left tackle are unquestionable, and his integration into the offensive line brings an expected improvement in the protection of the quarterback and the efficiency of the running game. Booker highlighted the importance of continuity on the field, something that becomes more tangible with players who have a shared history. To have that continuity playing alongside someone for 2 years? We can just make calls without saying anything. There's a lot we can do because we have this continuity. This episode serves as a reminder that in college football, one player's decisions can happen far beyond the confines of the field, influencing the morale and strategy of an entire team. It's good to have Proctor back. And what did you think of this episode? Comment.